A severed hand suddenly gains consciousness and begins writing something in a glass box. Panicking, the man quickly hands the hand a marker. To everyone's shock, the hand writes, "Cut open the Russian astronaut's stomach because the Earth has disappeared, but in order to find it again, they can only do what the severed hand says." The reason why this happens is, 7 astronauts were conducting a particle accelerator experiment on the International Space Station. Their goal, to create a God particle, a new source of energy, but a science fiction writer had warned them repeatedly that this experiment could tear apart space and time, bringing unspeakable danger to Earth. But of course, the astronauts ignored the warning. They were chasing glory and the promise of endless energy. After initiating the experiment, the station shakes violently. Suddenly, the accelerator loses power. Then, a massive explosion rips through the station, breaking all the windows. A blinding light flashes, and the astronauts are inexplicably stuck to the walls before being violently pulled back to the floor. When the chaos settles, they realize something terrifying. Earth has vanished. At first, they thought it was a system malfunction, but after checking, they discover that Earth is truly gone from their view. The team is in shock. The captain immediately calls for an emergency meeting. Their top priority is to repair the gyroscope, but as they try, the gyroscope is mysteriously missing. Then, a chilling scream echoes through the walls. Following the nose, they discover a woman fused into the wall, her body somehow integrated with the wiring. As they rescue her, the woman, claiming to be an engineer from the space station, explains that the particle accelerator failure was sabotaged by one of their own, Schmidt. They find Schmidt's communication logs, revealing he'd been secretly in contact with someone outside the station. Furious, the captain confronts Schmidt, knocking him out and locking him up. But things don't stop there. One of the engineers, sucked into a metal wall, his arm trapped and dragged. The team struggles to free him, but when they do, his arm is gone yet he feels no pain. Then, a severed arm starts crawling on the ground. They trap it in a glass container. The arm, to their shock, writes another message. Cut open the Russian astronaut's stomach. Following the instructions, they cut open the Russian astronaut's body and find the missing gyroscope inside. With it, the station's systems come back online, and they manage to locate Earth on the other side of the solar system. But what they find is worse than they imagined. A world at war, resources depleted. A catastrophic 14-month-long war has ravaged Earth. They realize that the particle accelerator failure sent them to a parallel dimension. To return home, they need to repair the particle accelerator. But as they try to fix it, disaster strikes again. The cooling system fails, flooding the chamber, and one of their crew members is frozen solid in seconds, becoming an ice sculpture. With the clock ticking, they try to separate the repair ring, but as they do, the captain is sucked into space, lost forever. The remaining crew is devastated but continues with the mission. They finally manage to activate the particle accelerator to tear the fabric of space-time and return to their own universe. However, just as they are about to return, one of the crew members, Lena, betrays them. She plans to kill everyone and keep the station for herself. With the station's particle accelerator, she believes she can change her own world's fate, one that was destroyed by the failed experiment. A fierce battle erupts, but in the end, Lena is thrown into space, doomed to become a frozen corpse. The remaining survivors manage to start the accelerator and restore the 2 parallel universes, with the system back in order. They make their way back to Earth, but when they land, they realize the Earth they've returned to is no longer the Earth they knew.